Hi everyone, I am at West 2024 in beautiful San Diego, California. And I feel honored to interview Admiral Lisa Franchetti, the Chief of Naval Operations here in the US. Admiral, good morning, great to see you again.
Good morning, it's great to see you again too.
Admiral, you became the 33rd CNO in November last year. Can you please first start by sharing with us what your key priorities are for America's warfighting Navy?
Yes, well, thank you. And it's really an honor to be the 33rd Chief of Naval Operations. And I'm really proud of our Navy team and all the great work we're doing all around the globe alongside our allies and partners. You know, my real priorities are to make sure that our Navy can do its job every day. We exist, really, to preserve the peace, to respond in crisis, and if necessary, win decisively in war. So I've made my three priorities really to focus on warfighting, warfighters, and the foundation that supports them.
In your keynote this morning, you mentioned the hybrid fleet. Can you tell us more about that concept and how it is one of the tenets of your warfighting priorities?
Yeah, when you think about the navies of today, we really want to see going forward a series of manned, conventionally manned platforms integrated with hybrid platforms, whether they're manned or autonomous. And it's not just on the sea, it's under the sea and above the sea, because we really need to have a big warfighting ecosystem that we can put together. I think if you look at the promise of unmanned, it really extends the reach, it extends the lethality of our manned platforms, and unmanned platforms can do things that other platforms can't do. When you think about doing work that's dangerous, dirty, or dumb, those are things that we can use unmanned platforms for and save our people for the things we really need them to do.
Looking at current events in the Red Sea, like right now, are you happy with the levels of interoperability with your international partners?
Yes, I am incredibly proud of our Navy team, but as importantly, all of the navies that we get to operate with there in the Red Sea and really all around the world. I think we've made big investments, all of the like-minded navies, to be able to work together, whether we come to sea just for an exercise and we build that interoperability, then we can really use it when we need to. So again, I'm very happy with the interoperability and all the efforts that people have made.
As you mentioned a couple of weeks back, you're at the Paris Naval Conference where you discussed the importance of carrier strike groups and aircraft carriers. Would you agree that carriers today are key enablers of interoperability and interchangeability with your closest allies, namely the French Navy and Royal Navy?
Yes, aircraft carriers are critically important to our mission. And I think if you think about them in terms of 100,000 tons of American diplomacy, if you think about them as something that can provide support, flexibility, mass effects, they really give our decision makers a lot of options because of that flexibility and because of the reach they bring. As far as the interoperability and interchangeability, it's absolutely critical. When you think about using the carrier power, the more carriers you have that you can integrate, the more effectiveness you're going to have. So at that conference, of course, we had the French, the UK, we had Italy, and we had India, all the like-minded navies to work together and be able to figure out how to integrate that power. And it's great to see.
Admiral, my last question is about the joint force. In your view, what's the US Navy's contribution to the joint force?
Well, as I said earlier at the conference today, the joint force is really our strategic advantage. We can bring to bear the power of the Navy, which operates on, under, and above the sea, in space, in cyberspace. And when we put those capabilities together with those of our sister services, we're just unbeatable.
Very well, Admiral, that was loud and clear. Thank you so much for the opportunity. I appreciate it, and have a great West 2024 event.
Thank you, and thanks for being here and telling all our stories. Really appreciate it.